Thank you very much, guys. This is Joe with your last interview translation of the day, and we're here with Kingzone Dragon X. Another series without a defeat. They are here with the MVPs for today's series. Will be BDD and Peanut. A win means a 2-0 for Kingzone Dragon X at the moment. BDD, how do you feel right now? Consecutive win streak means a lot for us, but it's more meaningful when it's against the stronger teams. And I want to just keep the streak going regardless of the teams that we're facing. And we saw on the camera that you were consistently talking with each other regarding the game coming up. I think BDD died once in game 1, and we know during the game I felt like I need to say something so that he doesn't die ever again. So if we're striving for perfection, and that was a mistake for him to die, and he shouldn't have to die if he plays well. How do you feel about that comment, BDD? I did play cowardly at one moment of the game, which that led to my mistake, and I think I don't really have anything to argue against him. He did get MVP with the Talia in game 1, and we thought that the KDA was kind of was ruined a little bit by having that one death. And did you ever feel that your Talia is different from every other mid laner right now who can play that same champion? Now, since I'm really fond of the champion itself, and I think just the more games played with it makes me a better Talia player than the other players. And it's definitely a must-win champion when it comes to picking Talia. Even when I was in SKT and I told my teammates that when BDD picks Talia, it's most likely gonna be a very difficult game, and that trend is continuing even in 2018. And the way I see him in practice and just even in competition alike, it's just really good. BDD really can't hide his emotions of all the compliments Peanut's throwing at him. How do you feel about that? I mean, I feel great that I've been acknowledged by the best jungler in the world. It feels great. And let's look at one of the highlights coming from BDD in game 1 that got him the MVP here. It was a 2v2 that we thought you were going to be behind for most of this. I really felt like it was more the opponent's mistake that we won at this one more than us doing good on that one. And BDD seemed you kept your composure in situations like when you were seemingly called out. I knew that Peanut was right beside me, very close in distance, and I knew that just having that fact got rid of all my fears. And let's look at game 2 in terms of picks and bans, and it was kind of surprising that Kingzone actually banned out Kha'Zix, and we felt like it would have been banned against you guys. And it felt like you got the jungler that maybe you didn't prefer as much, but he still did really well. I just felt like, I could have gotten myself, but if it, by any chance they gotten it, it would have been a tougher game for us, so I tried to ban it early. And right now, you're talking about Zac being a less preferable champion, but it's 3-0 right now in record. I feel like I'm being fortunate when I get to Zac and the games go really well with it. I think really today it was all about, not really me wanting the Zac so much, but I think the teammates really needing that utility for me. Did you ever feel like Peanut was feeling good today? No, he was telling me all day that his play was going to be amazing today, and I just got tired of it at one point. But I think he definitely proved this point when he told me that all day long. And let's look at one of those situations where Peanut amazed himself even. I just feel like whenever Peanut goes somewhere, a kill will be the result of things. And this might have been the only mistake that BDD made all this game. This was really a lucky situation for us, and the lucky, the ultimate that got the two champions there was kind of a lucky situation where, you know, that made a lot of a difference. Well, the instinctual things that I can't even predict for myself kind of comes into play in situations like that. Do you remember a situation where you just flew in kind of recklessly, but you still got a kill off of that? Yeah, but it was a situation where we communicated with each other and the teammates said, you know, I could come in recklessly and still would be able to get a kill there. I think we can look at the highlights instead of talking about it. Yeah, I knew that I had the Q available, so it wasn't gonna be as reckless as it first seemed, but I think it was a good communication between our parts and making it work out. I don't know if he's really intending it, but every time in big team fights, Prey seems like he's looking like he's gonna be the bait, pulling in all the aggro from the opponents starting off the fight. I think a fight does open up, and we try to think about it after it happens. But I don't know if it was an intentional bait or anything, but it's just a fight that broke out, and we just had to react to it more than anything. Peanut, would you like to say something in more honesty? I think during the KSV phase, we didn't know the champion interactions as well, so that's what we struggled with. But you know, it's important for a best team in whatever league you are is to have a strong bot lane, and I think it's because of the strong bot lane that has shown good form recently is the reason we're having such good results nowadays. And what we want to continue on with that is that ever since Prey gets caught up and, you know, the fight goes well for you guys, it just seems like everything was meant for it to be that way. You know, but in terms of, let's talk about pick and ban, is that, you know, we all talk with each other and we all communicate with each other and we all have an input on what the composition should look like, and that unity and the trust within each other kind of helps the overall game. And of course, the King Zone, the play and the kind of the level of play that you guys showed kind of exceeded just another expectation from us. And we think even from the laning phase all the way to the end of the game, for even through the macro plays even, there just isn't any type of flaw that we're seeing from you. You know, but if the laning phase is good, we have more options to finish off a game the way we like it, and it just gives us a lot of different choices to make from it. And you do, once again, get off with another 2-0 victory. Peanut, would you like to say anything? BDD, would you like to say something in the end? We still have a lot of games left, and we want to win all of them and remain as the very best, and we're trying to end the season as first as well. Peanut, any last words? We thank you all for staying up really late. Sure, it wasn't our fault that it was late this time around, but I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And a wonderful night that Peanut wishes all of us, and I'm sure we will definitely get that after a play like that. We're going to end with our interview and head back to you guys.